Howdy, friend. Sam Houston here, hoping you're living in high cotton. And if you're lucky enough to be in Texas, I know you're most of the way there. Now enjoy your daily dose of Texas history and Texas pride.
Howdy, friend. Welcome back to the Feed Bandit podcast and your Texas History Roundup for November 18th. In 1835, Stephen F. Austin removed Philip Dimmitt from command of the Goliad garrison. In October, Dimmitt had successfully attacked the Mexican garrison at Fort Lilipantitlán, which cut their supply lines between Matamoros and Bear and allowed the capture of Governor Agustin Viesca. The action outraged those loyal to Mexico, who pressured Austin to remove Dimmitt. This in turn prompted John Huff and others to sign the Goliad resolutions 3 days later. As a result of the resolutions, the General Council refused to remove Dimmitt and kept him in command at Goliad. He later distinguished himself, serving as a scout for the Alamo defenders and bringing the first supplies and reinforcements to General Sam Houston's army after the Battle of San Jacinto. However, Dimmitt took his life in Mexico in 1841 after being captured and en route to prison in Mexico City. In 1929, Marshall E. Ratliff, the leading member of the Santa Claus Bank robbery, killed a jailer during an attempted escape. The next day, he was dragged from the jail and hung by a mob, bringing a grim end to the infamous Santa Claus Bank robbery. In 1977, the National Women's Conference opened in Houston. The first meeting of its type in the United States since 1848 Women's Rights Convention at Seneca Falls. Approximately 2,000 delegates attended. A wide range of topics was considered, including the ERA, child care, minority women, homemakers, battered women, education, rape, health, and cabinet-level department for women, as well as controversial issues of abortion and lesbian rights. The National Plan of Action was submitted to President Carter and Congress in March of 1978. 1 month later, Carter established the National Advisory Committee for Women. And finally, in 1999, the 59-foot-tall pile of wood that was to be the annual Texas A&M bonfire collapsed. 11 current students and 1 former student died, and 27 others were injured. Several lawsuits were filed, but in 2004, a federal judge dismissed all claims against Texas A&M. In 2005, insurance companies paid a settlement of $4.25 million. In 2007, the 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals dismissed all remaining appeals against Texas A&M, and the U.S. Supreme Court declined to review that ruling. I remember when that happened. I was, a sophomore at Texas Tech, so I remember when that whole thing went down, and that was pretty crazy. All right. Well, that was your Texas History Roundup for November 18th. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care.
Well, there you have it. If you like our podcast, check us out at feedbandit.com. There you'll find awesome Texas First outdoors gear and apparel. Your purchase helps support the Bandits and keeps this podcast on the air, fighting for you and for Texas. Remember, preserve the tradition, protect the legacy. Until next time.